for a very, very long time.
Okay. The timing of this op-ed, what do you make of it? We have to say, does it also bolster your creds? I think that's maybe a strange way to say it, but the fact is that your book has a certain tenor to it, as did Michael Wolff's book, Fire and Fury, as does Bob Woodward's book coming out on Tuesday, Fear. They all seem to bring pretty much the same in terms of tenor.
And in fact, in my book, I write about the silent army that's working within the administration to make sure that Donald Trump does not undermine our democracy. I was specific when I said that some of them were in the administration and even some of them may have been in his family. I wrote that on page 330 of Unhinged.
Let me have us listen to what the Vice President said about the discussions of the 25th Amendment and whether or not he participated in those kinds of discussions. Here's that.
One of the claims made in the op-ed is that there had been discussion of invoking the 25th Amendment to even remove the president from office. Have you ever been part of a conversation about that?
No, never. And why would we be?
Were you ever in meetings where the topic of the 25th Amendment being invoked was brought up?
You know, we had a little hashtag TFA, which, you know, now that I think about it, I'm a little embarrassed to tell you how often when I went through my text change from the White House, I saw the hashtag TFA, 25th Amendment. Whenever he did something that was just so insane and so crazy and unhinged, when he would flip positions from 1 hour to the next, we just hashtag it TFA and we keep moving.
So it's a hashtag, potentially. Who would be aware of this?
If you work in proximity with Donald Trump and you provide a decision memo for him, then these are individuals who know that something very, very strange is going on with the President of the United States. And everyone who works in those positions, that's why the definition about senior staff is so key. If you have an opportunity to brief him, advise him, or provide any guidance to the President of the United States, that person is considered senior staff. And I hate to admit it, but that was kind of a hashtag that went around a lot in the White House.
And then TFA, was this just in text? Would it be in emails?
I went through my text very closely, and I had to do this while I was preparing to write Unhinged. And I can tell you that it occurred in my text chains with family members, with staffers, with people who were in the agencies more than 100 times. And I have those text chains. And at the time, it was kind of a way that we coped. But now it's not funny, you know, the fact that that was something that was discussed.
With regard to your experience in the White House and knowing